Market conditions remaining mildly bullish in a bull market. Current rank is 21.14, continuing to move back down in that longer term trend. The shorter term trend, we're starting to find some support right here and getting some additional internals to back that up. We look at momentum currently, we're seeing it just move back into that range bound location. Also seeing breadth improving and sentiment still in that upper complacency zone right now currently. Take a look at buy-sell ratio. We're seeing it continue to improve as well, bouncing off of those extreme levels. These extreme levels moving here to here. That's the bearishness as the market is bottoming out. Now we've got this reversal taking place. Now the question is going to be if it's going to look something like this right here over this last retracement that we had last summer, or if we are going to continue to remain bullish right here. S&P 500 chart pattern, if we take a look at that currently, we're seeing that this rally, this bounce off this support zone, this 236 area, we're now running up against this resistance area. We've got some Fed information coming up as well. What we want to watch is we want to see if this area really holds up, if we get any kind of move higher above that and closing above that, or if we end up getting a move lower, any kind of a big sell red bar, something like that is going to let us know that this is just a counter trend and that ultimately the trend is now this direction versus this direction. So pretty critical area right here on S&P 500 over the next few days. We could see some range bound trading activity inside of this zone right here, this current resistance area and that support area back down around 500. If we take a look at some of the other areas, some of the other indices rather in that list, let's take a look at bonds here because we want to, this week the Fed is going to be talking interest rates, and that's going to be key in the overall move of the market currently and the economy. We're still dealing with inflation, interest rates, and as bond prices move higher. Currently, they're continuing to move lower, but if we can get some support and those bond prices start to move higher, that means that interest rates are moving lower. So we're setting up now here to see if we can get a bounce, but we're in a pretty nasty downtrend in bonds currently, and a rally in bonds would more than likely really help the market's perspective of where things are going with interest rates and inflation. If we look at the other indices, like the triple Qs here, NASDAQ, again, resistance coming up right here around that 433 area, and also Dow. Let's take a look at the Dow and see. Dow is working. Again, every indice has that support now. We've broken down through it, and that's going to come into play here over the next few days. So let's watch to see if we get any bullish confirmation to get us up out of those areas or not. Let's look at sectors. Sectors are actually improving here. We've had just about all of them move back out of that sell range, at least back into that hold range. So we're definitely seeing broad-based participation in the last few days in this uptrend. Commodities, USO, which is the ETF for oil, holding steady in the momentum zone, some support right there around that 79 range. And gold looks very similar, which is interesting. Just sitting here, just hanging out around that 214 area, finding that support after a little bit of a gap lower there. So we'll see if we find some support. Nobody wants to sell this quite yet. Waiting to see what the overall market looks like this week. But these commodities are in strong uptrends. Keep an eye on those. Let's take a look at some muscle stocks for the day. JANX, this was a high flyer in the medical space, had a real big move up, retraced, and then starting that move higher. So it's really stair-stepping. A big mover, 18% yesterday, increasing volume here and here, but now you can see it's holding that momentum zone. That's increased demand happening right here at this level, which is what we want to see, and then a big pop. It's some confirmation of continuation. Keep an eye on that one there as well. Could be an interesting trade. Certainly really volatile. REAL also real estate in the brokerage space, I believe. Interesting, real nice big move uptrend. So we may start to see some stocks that are interest rate sensitive as well. Real estate and brokerage and banks and really just about anything right now. We'll see if we get some continued fall through. Nice looking pattern there as well on REAL. And let's see if there's anything that's interesting here. We're definitely seeing energy stocks have a big pop. Still seeing gold stocks. There's Harmony Gold that's sitting in there that's working its way that direction. We're seeing, what was it that I saw? NRG. in that utility space. We're seeing utilities actually do quite well. If we go back to the indexes and we look at the buy-sell ratio on the index scan, we're seeing S&P 500 that is approaching back to 1 almost again. So the number of sells and the number of buys. So we're seeing movement back into this S&P number. We saw that sitting down about 15, 16. So some demand coming back into the market right here. Again, if we can get some good catalysts, get some good economic news over the next few days, we really may see some continuation to this overall uptrend. That'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.